I would now like to invite Dr. Jonathan Addleton, Rector of FCCU, to deliver the welcome address. His leadership continues to shape and strengthen FCCU's global academic engagement.
Thank you. Thank you very much and welcome. This is a wonderful event. I really appreciate what ICA does. I will say, even waking up this morning, the world is in a tough place, and I think we all know that in so many different ways. I may say a little bit more about that in a minute, but it is in a tough place, and I think that people have often said that I'll take hope wherever I can find it. Sometimes I feel a little bit hopeless, but when it comes to reasons for hope, I think ICA is one of them. I think communications is also so important in so many areas. What's close to my heart has been highlighted, the importance for Forman of the international connections and the importance for Forman of quality. And I think actually one of the speakers earlier on, maybe one of the video speakers, also emphasized that about ICA, that it is about international connections and it is about quality. And certainly we look for that. Of course, this is the 75th anniversary year, and you think about that. If my math is correct, 1950. 3 years after the Second World War. I don't know how conscious people were at the time, but of course the world was moving into two really huge inflection points. One of them was the decolonization, the emergence of dozens and dozens of new flags, and in some sense the nationalism that came with that, to some extent. And of course the other one was the Cold War, and that would dominate the next many years. The international architecture was set up with the UN being established about that time and all that. But 75 years, it seems in some ways a long time, but in some ways it seems like the bat of an eye. I'm situating myself into this whole spectrum. In 1975, I go to Northwestern University, where Dr. Contractor, our last president of ICA, is there. Really appreciated being able to meet him last year and sort of compare some of the things. But my major was journalism, and I think about that time. I mean, my graduation present from my parents was not a laptop; it was a typewriter. And I think, of course, I was all about the written word, and of course now I think the other kinds of media have really taken precedence in terms of communication. But I think about that now. 1975, I'm starting off. It's a typewriter. It's journalism. It's newspapers. I had a teaching newspaper program, 3-month internship, and that was journalism at the time. Then I fast forward to 25 more years. 2000. Now I'm a foreign service officer. I'm actually in Jordan. I don't know where you think about where you were in the new millennium, but watching the fireworks go off to bring in the new millennium, I actually had a kind of hopeful time, which in some sense those hopes have not been realized, but it was a time of hope. So that takes us to the 2000, 50 years into the ICA. And of course, now it's 75 years, 2025. I do sometimes wonder what the historians are going to say about our time. When you're experiencing it, you can't really know for sure, what they're going to do. Of course, journalism, as I was told at the time, is the first draft of history. So in some sense, people that are involved in communications are involved in that first draft of history. But I do wonder, is it going to be COVID-19 is the big inflection point? Is it going to be the wars that are taking place right now, which is kind of what I was referring to when I said the world is not in a very good place right now? Are those going to be the inflection point? Or will it be elections? But not just in one country or another, but just sort of this shift in thinking and popular thinking. Those are all three things that could be considered historic, although we don't know for sure. 25 years from now, it would be interesting to see what the assessment is in terms of what matters now and what the history is. The one thing I do know for sure, though, is that communications is so important. I look at the map here. It's interesting to me. I don't know if this was conscious or not, but I think I'm right demographically. I may have left off a big important country, but I think there's 10 or 11 countries here. But I think it includes the 6 most populous countries in the world. It has China, it has India, it has Indonesia, it has Pakistan. It has Nigeria. It has the U.S. Someone could do a fact check, and maybe I've missed a country, but I think it's remarkable that the swath of the world in terms of population. Again, I'm going to throw out just a guess. It's probably at least 2/3 of the world's population. It seems like just a handful of cities, but the countries they represent are a huge swath of humankind. And so I think, again, congratulations on ICA. Some of that may have been partly coincidence, but I think it's the 6 most populous countries are on that list. And, certainly hundreds and hundreds of millions of people, actually billions of people when you add it all together. And their future, our future, depends so much on communications. And so when I had my career as a foreign service officer and an aid officer, for a good part of that time, I always thought that the first principle was to be involved in issues that matter. And, for those of you that have devoted your academic careers, are providing illumination on the important aspects of this, communications is so important. And so this is really a very timely event. I do want to express appreciation for everybody that made it possible. Thank you, Dr. Altaf, and thank you, Dr. Trimble. But I think all of us know that Firasat and her team, Dr. Firasat and her team, and she would be the first to list a whole bunch of other people because I know she does it. But it's remarkable, and I guess I do want to give that shout out. I think we all recognize the leadership that she provides, the creativity provides, makes events like this possible. So thank you everybody that's come from outside Forman. Thank you for people around the world that are listening. The places where ICA meets are pretty cool, actually. The Gold Coast and Colorado, and where's it going to be next time? Did they say Cape Town, South Africa? To show our international family, our second son was born in South Africa, and it's amazing what ICA does to bring the world together with a specific focus on communication. So thank you very much.